Hi, my name's Tamara Martin. I go to TRU and I'm becoming a teacher in the Bachelor of Education program. And I'm here to run the Student Works painting.
Awesome. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit down with me and answer these questions. We just wrapped up your first season with us as a business owner. You did just over $100,000, 103,000, and your goal was 100,000. So congrats. That's super exciting. And we've got some big goals for next year. So let's just get started. So what made you want to run a business with us this year?
So I really wanted to push myself. I wasn't happy with what I was doing, even though I'm, going into education. I just felt like I could do more and be better, and I really wanted to push myself. So this opportunity came up, and it was probably the best opportunity that could come because this is the best way to push yourself in every aspect and skill set that you have.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I mean, it was definitely a challenging year, but I think
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot through it and kind of, you pushed till the end, which is great. So that's kind of my next question, actually. So what did you learn from running your business?
So I learned a lot. There's just so many things that you can mention. It's just to be able to put it up into a whole thing. But some of the best things is your skill set that I thought I 100% knew how to be able to do time management and organization. And I mean, I did, but not to like the 100% extent that this business takes out of you. So that's where it just pushed me. It pushed me to things that I already knew, but it just excelled me in those areas where I didn't know I could do. And in that area, that's probably the largest learning aspect that came out of running this business.
Wicked. Yeah. I mean, they say, people grow when they're outside of their comfort zone. And I think, when you are comfortable with certain types of jobs, whether, there's just not a lot of responsibility in them or, in school, you get so comfortable and used to it that you don't realize that you're not growing and you think you've got a handle on organization or time management or problem solving. And then when you're thrown into running a business and you literally have the responsibility of a ton of employees and a ton of customers and you're kind of the one in charge, I think it definitely, really pushes you to your limits.
Really, really does. Yeah.
Yeah. So this year was different. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
we had a thing called the coronavirus, which we didn't expect. But how do you feel that maybe like, pushing through and running your business this season will kind of help set you up for success in the future?
Well, it wasn't easy for anybody. And I think the worst thing you could do when something like this hits is feel like sorry for yourself. So I think the best thing that came out of this is it taught me to just not wait to see what would happen, to wait to see if things would be back to running again, but just keep pushing it and adapt to how things are. And you just got to keep on working. You can't stop. Things don't stop for you, even for something as big as a pandemic. So I think the best thing that came out of this situation is being able to successfully adapt to change. And that's a really good life skill set.
For sure. Yeah, I think that will, totally help you in the future. It's unfortunate that some people didn't learn that lesson, but maybe they will, maybe try to implement some stuff moving forward because it doesn't seem like it's going away as quickly as we'd like it to go away. So other than kind of like, or like what did you learn from the program outside of maybe the skills that you didn't expect? So outside of the traditional, just kind of like business stuff, what did you take away from doing student works with us this year?
It's actually crazy how much other things that I learned out of business that I didn't quite expect. A huge one would be patience. You can work really, really hard and put all of your time into something and you don't get reward right away. And it sometimes can be, like something that's really hard to get through. But if you're just patient and you wait for it and you know that this hard work is going to be worth it, it really is worth it at the end. So being able to wait for the reward after such hard work is a really good life skill, as well as motivation, being able to motivate myself in a proper way. I was always a very motivated person, but I motivated myself in a very disorganized area. It's like running in circles. You don't really go anywhere. Like you can be the fastest runner in the class, but just not even go anywhere. So it really taught me to put my motivation in a straight line and just get straight to my destination as fast as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that. And I think that's great. And yeah, not, I would say a lot of people, get that out of the program, which is wicked. And then they just feel so good because those are kinds of skills that once you learn those, they don't like disappear,
Hmm.
You're
No,
good.
exactly. And I think the largest one, I think, would be the appreciation of just the workplace and being able to have the supportive systems, including the people that are supporting you. You really appreciate them, but the biggest appreciation is of yourself and how proud you are of being able to do something that you didn't think was possible and pushing yourself to like every possible aspect in every way. So yeah, you just feel really proud of yourself by the end of everything. It's a really good feeling.
Awesome. Well, I'm proud that you feel that way. I'm proud of the business you ran, and I'm, like I said, excited to see what you do next year, which is kind of my next question. So, what do you want to get out of running your business again with us next year? Why are you coming back?
So I just feel like there's a couple reasons why. One would be just being realistic, having the amount of tools and all the equipment that I've already put all of my money into, and then having the basic training that I do. Um, it just to me would be unethical not to come back just because how can you do worse when you already have all the basics of everything? You can just step up and do better. As long and as well as like just jumping into it and just having that feeling of pushing yourself and having the knowledge that you do, why would you backtrack and go back to a normal job when you've done all these wonderful things and have all these great people around you and all this education with how to push yourself? Why would you backtrack? Like you got to keep on going, right? Like there's no reason to not try and see how much better you can do. The feeling of being like finishing after almost doing a full year of running a business is exhilarating, and it's just like kind of plunging into this water and like coming back up and knowing that you like looking up from where you came from. It's a wonderful feeling, and I don't know how people don't get addicted to it and wouldn't come back for something that feels like that. So
Awesome. Well, I love the passion and I love the ambition. I'm super,
mhm.
like I said, super stoked for next year. We've got big, big goals ahead. So, final question would be if you had to give one piece of advice to someone that was looking at running their own business next year, what would that be?
So I would say that don't go into it with the mindset of every other job that you've ever done, thinking that things will just work themselves out because you had some type of system to always lean back on, which you do with this job. It's just, this is your business. This isn't their business. Like you have to realize that if you make a mistake, it is on you to fix it. Yes, you have like a support system, but just remember that this isn't their business. This is your business. And just to may always learn to follow the systems and listen to your DM, because with that in mind, you won't fail. And you just gotta keep going, and good luck, and don't f it up.
That's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. Thanks for answering the questions. And I'm sure we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Jordan.